Hey guys, I'm Jonas. Today I'm going to show you how to adjust the governor to get more speed out of your Yamaha Drive 2. Now on the back of the cart we need to remove these two bolts that hold the bag well in. That's going to take a 5mm Allen head. Then to remove the bag well from the cart, you just pull up and back. There are clips on each side that hold this bag well down into the body. So sometimes as you're pulling up, you need to hit down on the body on each side to release those clips. And then there's just two tabs that slide in the front, so you're going to come up and back. The governors on these carts are located right on top of the transmission. It's basically a spring-loaded arm that has your primary throttle cable that's coming from your throttle pedal connected to the secondary throttle cable that goes up to the throttle body on your carburetor. And there's a spring that this governor has to pull against. So when you hit the throttle pedal, once this thing gets up to speed, it starts compressing this spring, and the spring starts pulling back against the actual governor gear that's located inside of the rear diff, and it'll start pulling that governor back and backing off the throttle to regulate your overall speed. So to increase your speed, you need to tighten down the nut that is pulling against this spring. So this is a 10mm nut, and we're going to tighten it down until the threads, the bottom of the threads, are about even with the bottom side of this arm. So basically they'll end up being about a ½ inch or so of threads left from where the bottom of the nut is at. So to do that, I like to use a ratcheting wrench that you can just put right on the end of that nut and then just start tightening it down. To make sure that I'm getting maximum speed out of these carts, I also like to make sure that my throttle cable is adjusted properly to ensure that the throttle body is getting open to the wide open position when the pedal is all the way on the floor. To do that, it's really easiest to remove the center body section from the rear body of the cart, which I show how to do that in one of my other videos. It's not terribly difficult, just takes a minute or two to do. But that allows you to be able to see back in here to the bottom of the throttle body so that you can watch that arm move as you're pushing on the throttle pedal. And what needs to happen is as your throttle pedal hits the firewall to stop, that throttle arm on the bottom of the throttle body should just be hitting the stop there, so that they both are hitting their stop at the same time. You do not want the arm on the bottom of the throttle body to hit the stop before your throttle pedal hits the floor. If that happens, you will end up breaking your throttle cable eventually because it's pushing too hard on the throttle pedal and the arm can't go any farther. If you need to make an adjustment, you're going to do that down here where the throttle cable connects to the bottom of the throttle pedal. There's two 10mm nuts. You can loosen those and either let that cable go farther in or farther out, depending on what you need to do back on the throttle body. Another big factor that can play into the top speed of your cart is your drive belt, how worn out your drive belt is. So we're going to do a video on how to measure your drive belt to see if it's still within spec or not, and how to replace that. So if you guys got some good value out of this video, please hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe so you catch the other videos. We're going to be doing all the maintenance on these carts. So we've got your brake cables to adjust, grease and clutches, changing oil in your rear diff. Basically everything that you would need to do to one of these if you really wanted to go through it top to bottom. So be sure to check back, catch all those other videos. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.